Dragonberry, I got 6 eggs out of your flock today. 6 of them. And that's a big deal because there are only 3 adult hens in here. Of course, I can't find a Mrs. B. Yeah, she's about 2 years old. And then 2 of these lavender. Don't hide on me. And yeah, these are they're about 1.5 years old. So there are 3 adult hens. The other 13 in here are little pullets. Let's see, 11 of the pullets are my 3rd generation olive eggers. 2 of them are 1st generation olive eggers. So I'm going to be taking those 2 out and putting them into a different flock, just so I know which their eggs are not the 3rd generation olive eggers eggs. So I do need to separate them. But yeah, 11 of my 3rd generation olive eggers. Here's 4 of them right there. And so they've started, some of them have started laying eggs. They were hatched February 25th. So right at 5 months old, at least 3 of these have started laying eggs. I do have 11 of them. There are 3 or 4 that are about a month younger. But yeah, very exciting. Now let's go take a look at the colors of eggs that my 3rd generation olive eggers are laying so far. I wish my video camera could do these justice, but these 4 came out of that flock I was just talking about, to the right of the brown ones. And I think this one is one of the older hens, so the other 3 are from the pullets that have just started laying. They're a little bit smaller, but I'm getting you know, just a shade darker than blue, and then like a mint color, and then that's almost a medium olive. No speckles yet, but that would be exciting. That is a whiting true blue egg, for reference. So not much, you know, the 1st generations I got, you know, especially this time of year, there's not much green to them. They're mostly blue. But these 3rd generation olive eggers, I'm happy about that. Are you happy about that, Bob? Don't knock those eggs off. Okay, so that's a scoop on my happiness to see my pullets are starting to lay. Good evening from Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Sunday. The high today was about 95. It was sunny. We did have some thunder and a little bit of a sprinkle for about 3 minutes, but that was it. It was a hot day. There was some clouds, there was a nice breeze, and Bob is bugging me. Say hi, Bob. Aww. Aww. I'm all hot and sweaty, aren't I? This isn't a good lap for you right now. I'd want to get down. Bob, you always gotta be, yeah, you always gotta be bugging me. I'm gonna get your belly. Oh, I'm gonna get your belly. Oh, I got your belly, Bob. Yeah. Okay, so first up this morning, I had a pile of wood chips in front of the cabin that I needed to get out of the way, so that was the first thing I did. Alright, so I was able to get a huge chunk of that out of there, and the reason why I wanted to move that pile was so that tractor with a old bale of hay could get in there. It was there was a chance that was going to happen today. If not, it'll probably happen here in the next few days, that that we'll be unloading a bale of hay, bale of old hay, and so then I can just spread it out over those boxes. So that's why I wanted to get that pile of wood chips out of the way so it wasn't smashed by the tractor. Yep, loaded up the wheelbarrow full of wood chips, and as I was loading it, I discovered those wood chips were full of ants. So I was going to put them somewhere else, and where I wanted to plant right away, but since it was so full of ants, I did not want to put it there. So what I put it just as a mulch around the tree. Let's take a look at that. Not a lot of work. Threw some boxes down, dumped out the wheelbarrow, kicked some rocks into place, and I've got a little garden bed here by this tree. There's a rose bush on the other side. Forsythia is right there, and I got daffodils out front right here where my driveway meets the lane. And that's one spot. I would like to move the gladiolas, but I'm not going to move the gladiolas right now, so I don't know what I'm going to plant in there. I might throw some zinnias or cosmos, or who knows. I'll throw something in there, see if it'll grow this year. But I just needed a place to put those wood chips out of the way so we could get the tractor in. I would have been happy just getting that one project done today, in addition to all my typical chicken chores. And this afternoon I got called over. A neighbor was making homemade ice cream, and the same neighbor that gave me the seed potatoes that I harvested a couple weeks ago. And so they invited me over for some homemade ice cream, and that was awesome. So I got to visit with them. And then when I came home, you know, I was talking about how pleased I was with my potato patch. I decided I'm going to plant some more potatoes. Dutch Creek Cabin, link right there and one down below. He brought me over like 11 seed potatoes that they'd already started growing, and he's got some. So I guess you know, I'm not much of a competitive guy when it comes to that, but we'll see who ends up with a better potato patch again. We're both winners. If we both get food out of it, it doesn't matter. You know, what we should do is, I made a mistake on that last harvest, is I left some of those in a plastic bucket overnight, and that's a very, very, very bad idea. When you harvest your potatoes, get them inside in a cool, dry, dark place as soon as possible. I mean, I kid you not, just leaving them overnight in a plastic bucket will ruin them. So I lost about half my harvest. But that's all right because Drew had more potatoes. I did plant them in a different spot. I did that for a couple reasons. The first reason is where I planted them this spring, well, the trees did not have leaves in March and April. So that spot got a lot of sun this spring. Right now the peach tree is in the way and there are other trees, so that spot does not get very much sun. So I just moved it over a little bit where the peach tree is not going to shade it. And so that was one of the reasons, is I wanted to move it to a spot that's getting more sun this time of the year. The second reason was my first potato patch, we got a ton of rain, like 3-4 days straight. And all the foliage above the ground just died off in the matter of 3 days. It might have been blight, it might have been, you know, some type of fungal disease that came through there and wiped out all of the foliage. So I did not want to plant the potatoes right back into that same bed. You know, I might be inviting the disease to stick around, and it might have affected that harvest. And it still might affect it. I only moved it like 20 feet away. So yeah, we'll see how those potatoes grow. Thank you, Drew, and I will share them with you once again. Some of the potatoes that were in that pot roast that I made for them. So yeah, share and eat some good food. So that's the deal on the potatoes. I got those planted. And that's all for tonight. Thank you for watching. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend, and take it easy. We've got a grumpy sighting before dark. Dude, you made it back in time to make the video today. You hardly ever do that. It usually shows up right after dark. But you're a little early today. You ready to go inside, or are you going to hang out here for a few minutes?